Okay, stuff that was needed for the key cylinder switch thing would be this ratchet, this straight pick, the number 4, the 1/4, the little reducer adapter thingy, because that's just a 3/8, or no, that's a 1/4-inch socket. And then this is the reducer to go from the bigger one to the smaller one. And then this is just a little extension. And then this one is the T25. So, ratchet, straight pick, number 4, extender, the reducer, the 1/4, and then the T25, and then let's not forget the most important thing was the rubber hammer that got it to turn so that I could get the cylinder in and out of the vehicle. So yeah. Okay, so in my 98 Chevrolet, the key didn't want to turn. And watching another YouTube video, I learned that the key did not want to turn at all. The steering wheel was locked. It wouldn't barely wiggle. You know, it was so locked that it would just barely twitch one way, barely twitch another way. So there was really no movement in the steering wheel. Regardless, the key did not want to turn at all. The purpose of this video is for myself, for future reference. Once I got it to turn, which the trick was actually just I used a rubber hammer. I tapped on it a few times while the key was in the ignition, pulled the key out of the ignition, tapped on it a few times, just back and forth, tapping on it while the key was in the ignition, and tapping on it while the key was out of the ignition. Eventually something wiggled loose so that I was able to turn it and start the truck. Now, you know, I was fixing to go get a new cylinder. The weird thing is now it seems to be functioning perfectly fine, which is irritating as hell. So in any event, to pull this thing out, the key, you do have to get the key to turn. The key has to be turned into the fully starting position. And when the key's in that fully starting position, that's why my truck is running. Like right now, the cylinder's completely out of my truck, but my truck's sitting here running because it cranked up while I was trying to get the cylinder out. But a little hole right here, this little hole, when the key's completely turned into the fully starting position, you can push in right here, and it pushes down this little gizmo here, right there. That piece goes up and down right there, and it pushes that down so that you're able to the cylinder will slide out. But it does have to be into the fully trying to start position. Again, that's why my truck is sitting here running, because I was getting in that position. That's why other videos say to disconnect the battery for doing all this so you don't start a truck. In any event, so now I'm just putting it back in. So just sliding it in, and boom, done. And yeah, so now the key seems to be working perfectly normal. Yeah, so I don't know what caused it to get in some kind of a bind, but it was definitely in some kind of a bind because the key did not want to turn. I think I'm going to wait on buying a replacement just because this one does seem to be working fine. So this video, again, like I said, for myself, for future reference. And okay.